What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex. I'm once again joined by Tyler. And we are back for Pirates of the Caribbean Community Series, a community series that airs every other Friday on our channel, where we're talking about Pirates of the Caribbean topics. And boy, have we entered a new era in Pirates of the Caribbean topics. So, if you watched our videos last week, I talked about, I think 2 weeks ago, whenever it was, I made several videos about the breaking news as it was just unrolling. First, there was a reboot. Then we got Johnny Depp's not in it. So in this video, we kind of want to just start out this community series, this kind of a new age. We want to talk about basically that. We want to go more in depth with it. We want to talk about if it's a soft reboot, a full reboot, and we're also going to talk, and I want to talk very briefly over the next while. So what we're going to start doing is we're going to start breaking up the community series in a way that we're going to be talking about if it's a soft reboot. That way we can make videos saying goodbye to certain characters, and we'll talk about Jack Sparrow. We'll talk about Henry Carina. We'll do all that stuff, and then we'll talk about if it's a full-on reboot. So we really want to have a ton of different topics on both ends of it. We definitely want to hear from you guys. A lot of you had talked about in the comments of the other videos, you don't believe the reboot. You don't believe that Johnny Depp's come back. I made a poll on the channel, and it was very much split. So, Tyler, let's just, this is going to kind of be an overview. So, do you believe the rumors that Pirates is rebooted? Do you believe that Johnny Depp's not in it? What do you think about that with the Pirates 6 stuff? Let's get your opinion on all of this stuff. What do you think? Do you think if it is rebooted, is it just a full-on thing, or do you think that they can still mention and reference characters? So what do you think is up with this franchise?
So I believe that Johnny Depp is out. And that's sort of why we had the video not that long ago. I had a feeling this would happen. And we got a lot of other stuff right in the past. Barbossa leaving, Elizabeth coming back. So we were right about a lot of stuff. And I just had the feeling Johnny Depp won't be in the next Pirates of the Caribbean movie. Do I believe the reboot rumors? Yes. And here's the thing. Pirates of the Caribbean will be rebooted no matter what. And it will be rebooted in the next Pirates of the Caribbean movie. And there's two ways. It could either be a soft reboot or it could be a full-on reboot like Alex said. If it's a soft reboot, then it would likely be Henry and Carina as the leads. And they would still be able to mention, Jack Sparrow, and maybe he just sails off into his beloved horizon. And it's just like almost the adventures of Henry and Carina. They do stuff, and you can go watch our Pirates 789 videos where I made titles and storylines and all that kind of stuff. Travel through time, this and that. So that would be an option as a soft reboot. And it would just be, it would just continue Pirates of the Caribbean and then subtitle. So that is an option. Now, the other option is Pirates of the Caribbean is fully rebooted, and there's no Henry, there's no Will, there's no Elizabeth, there's no Barbossa, there's no Jack Sparrow, there's no Davy Jones. There's none of that. It's in a whole different era. Maybe it's a couple years set before the Curse of the Black Pearl movie. That's what I believe they'll do. It will literally be called Pirates of the Caribbean. And that's what I'm thinking that they're going to do. Is that the right choice? I don't know. I think the right choice would be a soft reboot, but I can see why they might want to do a full reboot. But I do think, and we could talk about in other videos how they can do it, but I want to just throw this one out there right now because I know some of you might be upset by what I'm saying because, again, we've been right on a lot of things. Maybe I'm just intuitive. I don't know. But I strongly believe it's a full, complete reboot. No Gibbs, no none of it. However, this could be a good thing. Because when we look at, and this is my reasoning for it. And it's literally using facts and what we know. And it's very quick too, but a very, very good thing. So stay with us. So, what did we learn? So we learned, obviously, there was a rumor of the Pirates of the Caribbean reboot. That was expected by us. Then there was the rumor that Johnny Depp will not be attached. That was also expected. Then what happened, either the same day, I believe it was the same day, or the day after, was then we learned that Disney canceled the Boba Fett movie for Star Wars. So a Star Wars story, Boba Fett. That was canceled. And you might be saying, Tyler, what does that have to do with Pirates of the Caribbean? Everything. Everything. So what do we know about Star Wars Solo movie? Didn't do well. What do we know about Star Wars Episode 8? Didn't do well at all. It was pulled from China theaters within the first 2 weeks. That's never been done before in China. China loves U.S. movies. For them to pull a Star Wars movie means that it was absolutely horrific. So what does that do to Pirates of the Caribbean? Like I said, everything. So if Disney, who owns Pirates of the Caribbean and Marvel and all that stuff, Star Wars, if they pulled a Star Wars movie, Fett or Boba Fett, which was what some people didn't want, Alex was one of them, I thought it could be done, if they did it right, it could be done well. But it was something that a lot of people did want, and they fully 100% canceled it. So what does that mean? But we also got the news that Pirates of the Caribbean would be rebooted. So Pirates of the Caribbean is going to be rebooted, which means Disney wants Pirates of the Caribbean, but they canceled a Star Wars movie. Star Wars, I don't know if you guys know this, it's a small movie, not really well known, is one of the largest franchise and branding names there is in the entire world. And Disney canceled one of those movies, and then also the rumor is rebooting Pirates of the Caribbean to make even more of them. So what does that mean? Disney doesn't really care so much about Star Wars anymore. They do care about Pirates of the Caribbean, and they want more of it and less Star Wars. That is literally the greatest news that any Pirates of the Caribbean fan could have ever asked for. Disney sees Pirates of the Caribbean as a higher end name than Star Wars. That's what that proves. It literally came out the exact same day. And that's a fact. Now, you might be saying rumor's not fact. No, it's not, but it will be rebooted. The fact is that Fett was canceled. So that's huge. Now, what else do we know? Well, we also know that Avengers 4, probably called Avengers Annihilation, comes out in either late April or May of 2019. And we also know that many of the characters, the original from the first 10 years of Marvel movies, will not be moving forward just because their story is wrapping up with Avengers 4. And now there's going to be some newer characters and yada, yada, yada. Chris Evans likely won't return as Captain America. There's a number of characters that won't likely return. And one of those names, I believe, because it could stay as a suit, but the man himself, I don't believe, will continue, and that is Tony Stark, also known as Robert Downey Jr. And why am I saying this? Because if you asked me if I was Disney, which I wish I was with billions of dollars, and I said, you know what, we're gonna cancel Star Wars movies, and we're gonna open up some time slots, and you know what actually performs really well? We don't know why, but it does. Is Pirates of the Caribbean. So we're gonna reboot Pirates of the Caribbean. We're gonna get rid of Johnny Depp because there's some problems with that. We can foresee some issues in the near future that may affect that franchise. So let's get rid of Johnny Depp, but we're going to continue with more Pirates of the Caribbean. And let's see. Oh, who no longer has to make Marvel movies? Robert Downey Jr. Who would be a great lead for Pirates of the Caribbean with his own flair? Robert Downey Jr. So that's actually my prediction, is that and there's no other reason for me to say this other than it totally makes sense. If you're Disney, and don't forget, guys, Robert Downey Jr. started the Marvel Universe. And you look at where Marvel is now. We get 2 movies a year, or around 1 to 2 movies a year for Marvel. They make an absolute killing, more and more money every single year. And his movie, Iron Man, was the one that started it all. And do you think that Disney, and the guy's not that old, and you can be a pirate very easily. So, I mean, look at Johnny Depp. So, would you get rid of Robert Downey Jr.? No. Not if you're rebooting a big name franchise, Pirates of the Caribbean, and you wanted to continue that for many, many, many years, unlike Star Wars. I think you would attach Robert Downey Jr., who now has more free time, to Pirates of the Caribbean to make it where now you have Marvel, which does amazing, and you have Pirates of the Caribbean, that it's a whole new, fresh take, totally new, which we also talked about what Pirates of the Caribbean has to do not that long ago. And we literally said, should Pirates 6 be more like Thor Ragnarok? It totally could be. That could be somewhat what they're going with the reboot, and attaching Robert Downey Jr. to it, for me, makes it so almost believable, so unbelievable that we might actually get. And because for me, when I think of Pirates of the Caribbean, I do think of Jack Sparrow, but I think of the whole package. I think of, how many other Pirates movies are there? None. How many other characters do you really actually get attached to in that, the Pirates' whole, the story, like Barbossa, like caring about Barbossa, caring about Karina when Will gets stabbed, like that kind of stuff, the supernatural element in the Pirates of the Pirates genre, that's not found anywhere. That's what I think of when I think of Pirates of the Caribbean. Pirates of the Caribbean is so much more than just Jack Sparrow and Johnny Depp. And Disney sees that, and they have to see that. So, for me, all of this, what we're talking about right now, is the only route. Otherwise, Pirates of the Caribbean ends with Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Men Tell No Tales. And for me, that would be sad because Pirates of the Caribbean has so much potential. And I actually believe for the first time, other than with Disney and Marvel, I actually believe that Disney actually knows what they're doing with this. And they're going to do it right. That's my gut feeling. And like I said, we've been right before. So you can do that. We could have that type of thing that I just talked about, or we can continue with the universe that we've established and have Henry and Karina and do a couple more movies, and then probably it would end. I'd rather go with the full reboot because I know that it would be here to stay for many, many years, and it would essentially be Disney's other large, almost Marvel-like property. I'd rather have that for Pirates of the Caribbean because I truly love Pirates of the Caribbean, not just Jack Sparrow.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot to this, and I do agree. I mean, I think a gut reaction when you first hear this news, you're definitely going to be sad. It's definitely going to suck. And Johnny Depp and as Jack Sparrow means a lot to us and to Pirates of the Caribbean. We're going to have videos talking about that as well. And I agree with Tyler. I think it's for the greater good, and I do agree that I feel like it is, Disney saying we believe we have something super good here. Look, the fourth movie was terrible, and it sold insane. And it was after so many years, and and just everything that happened with that movie. And then 5 came out, and hey, a lot of people bashed it, and a lot of people didn't like it, and it didn't make as much money as the fourth one, but it made a ton of money, and that was a down movie to a lot of people. So Disney probably looks at that and says, we have a $1 billion movie here every time we have a movie, if we just do it right. And things aren't working. Things are just not working. We don't trust Johnny Depp, whatever that is. And Tyler and I, we can do that. We made a video, and go check it out. A lot of people actually have since this rumor came out. It's gotten a lot more views recently. We talked about, will Johnny Depp be fired from Pirates 6? We can also make a video talking about, was he fired or did he leave? We'll do that in the future as well. But, there's too much stuff going on with Johnny Depp. We can't do it. We need to reboot this franchise. We need to do it new. And I agree. I think, maybe I do want to see Henry and Karina in it more. I think it would be unfair to them if it is a full-on reboot and they're gone, because they did have potential, especially Karina was a really great character. But you know what? At the same time, it shows they know how to make new characters that are still good. It was the first time they introduced their characters and they did it right. So rebooting a franchise, having brand new characters in general, they can do it again. They have a chance to do that even more times because there was really only 2 new characters in that film. Salazar wasn't that great. They were kind of like Henry was pretty good, but Karina was like the standout. So yes, I do want to see more of them, but I do agree with Tyler. If you want this franchise to last a long, long time without fatiguing, do not do the Star Wars route, but you need new characters. You need to completely reboot the franchise, and I do think, like Tyler said, having that flair to it, having a completely new cast, having a huge name attached. Robert Downey Jr., I really do like the idea. Any big name, has to be huge, but any big name, having that person attached with this film would be fantastic, and to be able to put that longevity in it and be able to just do whatever you want, change the rules up. Tyler and I have talked a lot about supernatural stuff, going through time, doing all sorts of weird stuff that you didn't do in the past movies because they kind of kept it grounded, but they kind of did supernatural. It really opens them up to doing so many new things if they rebooted the franchise. So I do agree. I want that. I want to see a Pirates 6. I wanted to see Jack Sparrow, leave. And again, I know a lot of people don't even believe it. Some people are saying, well, maybe they're going to do a 6th movie and then reboot it. There's things from Mr. Gibbs' actor that talked about that Johnny Depp did not leave. But then, playing devil's advocate, how does he know? How much is he in contact with Johnny Depp? How much is he in contact with Disney? True, then none of this is, this is all rumor. None of this is actually confirmed. So, they could pull a complete 180 and maybe confirm that this isn't actually real. That was all smoke. But, a lot of things in the entertainment, like movie industry that come out like that tend to be true. So, I do get where you guys are coming from. I did just want to throw that out there. If you want to go to The Walking Dead, you can talk about the fact that we knew that Rick was going to leave the show months before it actually was confirmed. So, things come out before. Now, one thing maybe you could point to on the opposite was Kathleen Kennedy was rumored that she was about to get fired, and then a couple months later they gave her a 3-year contract. Maybe they do end up firing her in a couple of years, though. We don't know. So, we do hear things before they actually happen that tend to be true. Sometimes it's not true, but this is a huge thing. This is a thing that I do, in fact, believe. I said that in the video. Whether you want to believe it or not, I believe the Pirate 6 leak, and I believe this now, and this kind of outrules that. Would it be cool to have both? Would it be cool to have a Pirate 6 with Johnny Depp, having him leave and then reboot the franchise? Yeah, but I just don't see that. I don't see that happening. And but like I said, up until then, Tyler and I are going to make. We're very excited. We feel like re-energized with this community series. We're going to make so many videos on this. Like I said, soft reboot, full reboot. So let us know again, like I said in the last videos. Let us know. I know this is a long video, but let us know what you want to see. What kind of topics do you want to see for soft reboot, full reboot? You want us to say goodbye to characters? You want us to talk about Johnny Depp and Jack Sparrow? We're going to make tons of videos. We have enough video ideas in Tyler and I's head to last until they announce the next movie. So we're very excited. Let us know in the comments below anything you want to say or hear us talk about. And thank you, as always, for watching. You guys have been awesome. We've continued this, for a long time. Gone through a lot of different things in this community series. It comes out every other Friday. So in 2 weeks, we'll be back. Brand new videos. Really awesome ideas we got cooked up. So we hope to see you guys there.